everybody, welcome back to my channel, Boomy Reactions. I am Boomy. Thank you for watching, my lovelies. Now, today we've got a short little video. This is going to be like a root beer comparison, I suppose. So we're doing a root beer tier and which ones I'm going to decide, for me personally anyway, which ones I like more. Now, I have previously already tried Barq's, sent to me by David. Thank you so much. And I really, really liked this root beer. I had a root beer float, first time ever, and I loved the flavors in it. It was very reminiscent of like old-fashioned kind of flavors, I suppose. I can imagine if it's not a flavor that you've grown up with, I can imagine it being quite odd for a first try for a lot of people. But it definitely grows on you, and it grows on you very, very quickly. But like I've said before, I'm a big fan of more kind of vintage flavors, like over here, like dandelion and burdock. So big fan, loved it, especially with the ice cream. Oh my gosh, it like really elevates it. It does something to it. Amazing. Anyway, guys, so I'm going to be using Barq's as my baseline because I know I like it. I know what it tastes like. So this one I'm going to go with first. Now this one, these three have been sent in by Jason. Thank you, my lovely. So this one is, we've got mug root beer, and I really like that there's a bulldog drinking it on the front there. And we've got, now this one rings a bell. I have seen this advertised. I don't know whether it's something that I've seen on like TV or in films. We've got A&W root beer there. A&W, I know they have like restaurants as well, guys, like fast food places. So that might be where I've maybe seen it, but I recognize the logo, I recognize the name, never tried it. And then our last root beer here, we have, oh gosh, is this a German word? Okay, I'm gonna hazard a guess and try and pronounce this as Sprecher. It looks, yeah, I'm gonna say it as Sprecher. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. You know what I'm like Megamind, I just say words funny. Right, okay, so these are our contestants today. Let's see how they compare to each other. Just before we start, my lovelies, if you could like or subscribe or hype this video, that would be absolutely amazing. Thank you so much in advance, guys. Right, cracking on. Let's start with the lovely Barq's. I know I like this, so there we go. We've seen this a few times. I'm sure it's a very popular brand in the US. Just looking for any opportunity to use these wonderful big red cups, which everyone is fascinated by outside of the US. Okay. Yes, this is the only root beer I know. So smells great. It smells quite medicinal, but I think that's the like the kind of origin of root beer. So we've got like sarsaparilla. I can't remember the name of the other, I don't know what you'd call it, that goes into herb, maybe. Right, okay. Okay. It's an excellent baseline. So, I know I like it. It's sweet. It's got that really familiar taste, isn't it? Once you've tried it a few times. Undeniable. That's root beer. You can't disguise it. You can't mistake it for anything else, can you guys? Right, moving on. So we've got mug. My favorite thing about this so far is definitely the bulldog on the front. A little bit like you, Bento, when we was asleep. It's the only other type of dog, a dog breed that Bento gets along with is a bulldog. Similar roles. Okay. Right, good. I'm just going to have my palate cleanser, my sparkling water. I've got to make it a fair test. Okay. I'd say it's, obviously it smells the same. It smells slightly less medicinal. I think it's stronger. Yeah, the smell is slightly stronger in that one. No, actually, they're very, very similar. Okay. Now, to the uneducated palate, to the foreigner outside the UK, they taste very, very, very similar. think, I don't know. The taste is very similar, but I think maybe the aftertaste, there's a bit more of a sweeter, syrupy, lingering kind of taste with the Barqs. That's the only differences I can tell between them. So maybe it's like this one is sweeter or different sweeteners, perhaps. Let's move on to the A&W, the well-known brand. This is probably the only brand of root beer that maybe people outside of the US would recognize. There we are. Cleanse the palate. Because I've already tried root beer flows, I really want to dunk some ice cream on top of these. Delicious, isn't it? Okay. A&W. I would say the flavour's not as strong in this one, but I'm wondering if it's just because it's the third root beer I've got to. It definitely doesn't smell as strong as the other two. So maybe this is like a little bit more of a subtle, which I suppose is a good thing to people outside of the US. If you wanted to try a root beer, that might be a good first root beer because you probably won't be accustomed to those medicinal kind of flavours. Yeah, that one's definitely not strong. Now, because I've already established that I like root beer, I'm going to say the stronger two. Actually, do you know, as I'm looking at them in these cups, that's definitely the lighter in colour. And then this one, and then the mugs. And then this one, by comparison, is the darkest of them all. Interesting. Okay, guys. Now, finally, our last one, our Sprecher. So, is this a German root beer, or is it just the name of the family that manufactured or created it? I like weird little details like that. Right, okay, so there we go. It's got a pretty awesome logo there. We've got a griffin on a crest. Looks like a drink straight out of something like Harry Potter. Interesting. Okay. I have had my palate cleanser as well. It smells like it's got something extra that the others don't have. It smells sweet. I'm wondering if it's something like vanilla. It smells sweeter. Yeah, there's something in the Sprecher. Another flavour. What is it? I'm wondering if it's vanilla. Does it say on the bottle? Okay, made with honey. It's probably the honey, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Is it anything else? Is there maybe vanilla in it? So, I'm actually thinking this one is the sweeter out of all of the root beers. Hold on, guys. Let me show you what I mean about the colour differences of them. Okay, guys, just to show you what I mean a little bit more closely. So this is the Sprecher. Surprisingly, this root beer is like the Barq's. It's a lot darker. Can you see that there? And then if we compare it to the A&W, which is definitely the lighter of all of the root beers. So maybe, I don't know, like the thinner, if that makes any sense. And then we've got the mugs, darker again, but the Barq's very, very dark. See, it's a science. Right. This is difficult. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm being very, very pushed to say which one is fourth place, which one is my favorite. So it's got to be done. Right, okay. Okay, I'm going to try these two just one more time. Okay. Yeah, okay. My mind's pretty made up. Okay, so in fourth place, I'm sorry, A&W. This I've decided to put in fourth place, and I'll tell you for why. So the A&W, it's milder in flavour. It tastes slightly more diluted than the others. And I think that kind of works for it and against it, in the sense that if you're new to root beer, if it's the first time you're ever trying it, excellent, an excellent root beer, because it's not overpowering those flavours there. So there's good points about it being more subtle in flavour. But for me, because I know I like root beer and I'm a greedy guts, you know, if I like something, I want that flavour to be quite intense. So that is the only reason I put it in number 4. It's still very, you know, it's root beer, it's obviously root beer, but the flavour is more subtle. Now, for my third place, I didn't think it was going to be, but I'm sorry, it's Sprecher. And this is a beautiful drink. It's a lovely, lovely drink. But if I'm reaching in the cupboard and I want a root beer, the flavour, again, for me, it's more subtle in flavour. The honey in it is so tasty. But again, I don't know, like, if I want a root beer, I want that flavour to be really, really strong. So again, while it's a really, really nice drink and an excellent one, if you're trying root beer for the first time, it's subtle. You know, you maybe climb up the ladder of the strength of the root beer flavour. So this is my third. This is in my third place. Now, this one was tough because they're similar. They are very, very similar. Right, okay, so I'm pretty sure my mind's made up at this point, but I'm going to try the difference between these two just to be on the safe side. So try mug. Again, it's definitely stronger than these two. And let's try Barq's again. Yeah, I've made up my mind. It's not budging. Okay, hopefully not going to offend too many people. So it's in the right place. My second place, my number 2 here, it's mugs. And again, for the only reason that it's more subtle in flavour. Like, the strength of those flavours is very similar to Barq's. I feel like it's maybe not as sweet, and because I have got a massive sweet tooth, it makes Barq's the winner for me. It is my favourite. It is the first one I've tried. Maybe that's my bias, but you know, the flavour is so strong there, and it's like being hit in the face with all of these amazing flavours, and it's really sweet. So me personally, this one's my favourite. I know. But yeah, it's absolutely delicious. So Barq's is a winner for me, number 1. There is that kind of, that syrupiness going on there, which I can imagine a lot of people might not actually like. So they might prefer the slightly cleaner taste of mugs. But I really, really like the sweetness. So this is my winner, guys. This is my number 1. I know it differs from a lot of other people's, but for me, it's my favourite. One thing I will say, guys, is because there are differences between them, what I would say is, if I was drinking a lot of root beer and, you know, I was on the go and I was drinking it fairly frequently, I don't think I would want the flavour that strong. So I would opt for A&W. Is that a weird thing to say? So if I was drinking it like, I don't know, like every other day, if I was grabbing one on my work break, I think I would opt for A&W. Now, if I had people round and I was showing them, you know, what root beer tasted like, or introducing people to root beer, I would reach for the Sprecher. Because what I would say about this is that it is a lovely drink in itself. And I imagine this is very much a crowd pleaser, like a kind of all-arounder. And the flavour of the root beer is slightly more subtle, but it overcompensates for that with the flavour of the honey. So I don't know, I'm very conflicted. I would use different root beers for different occasions. Now these two, the mug and the Barqs, are very interchangeable. They are very, very similar. If I wanted a root beer float, I would opt for Barq's, because I think it's got enough of that strong root beer flavour to really pack a punch and put up a fight against the flavours of the vanilla in the ice cream. And, you know, it kind of stands its ground against other flavours. But they are very, very interchangeable. They're very, very similar. And I think maybe the syrup, like that syrupiness that's left as a bit of an aftertaste, I don't think you get it so much with mug. But I am a glutton and I have a sweet tooth, and I do actually quite like that. So that is why I would probably opt for Barq's. Ooh, just a quick one as well, guys. So for my next video, I'm going to be frying a turkey. I know, fingers crossed. May the food gods be with me. Wish me luck. So for a bit of turkey redemption, I'm going to try and fry a turkey. Hopefully as a practice run just in time for Christmas. I think I'm going to be trying the MRE meals that Jason has also sent me. So I'll be trying those as well. So watch out for those videos, my lovelies. Also as well, guys, I hate to repeat myself, but if you could give this video a like, if you could subscribe or hype this video, it's massively beneficial to the channel. And if you could, that would be amazing. Thank you so, so much. And there we have it, guys. A very over-analytical root beer comparison. What do you think? What are your favourite root beers? Tell me why. How do you think they compare? Am I absolutely talking out on my backside and makes absolutely no sense? Let me know. Well, thank you for watching, my lovelies. Take care of yourselves. Much love, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.